Today we're breaking down top myths about Eastern Loudoun County. Things like it's all cookie cutter suburbs, or that you can't afford to breathe in Leesburg, can you?
But the truth, some of those stories are flat out wrong and others might surprise you.
Stick with us because at the end we'll share one bonus misconception that even locals still argue about. I'm Hannah, a lifetime local with the patience of a former preschool teacher.
And I'm Kristen, a former lawyer who now negotiates for Loudoun buyers and sellers.
This is Loudoun Unlocked, your inside guide to Loudoun living. Myth number 1, it's all cookie cutter suburbs. People love to complain that every neighborhood here looks exactly the same. My grouchy uncle from Vermont goes as far as to say we have big cities here. Disagree.
I don't know, I've seen Vermont. If you've only driven through one or two newer developments, yeah, they might blur together a bit, but there are distinct feels and styles to neighborhoods throughout the suburban sprawl.
Just to name a few, there are brick colonials in Ashburn Farm, quirky split levels in Sterling Park, to condos in Lansdowne. And then we even have downtown Leesburg Victorians. The variety is impressive, with homes ranging from being built in the 1900s all the way up to current.
Want a neighborhood with a clubhouse and pool? Done. Want something with zero frills or more space between homes? That's here too. You might even be able to have chickens if you're in old Ashburn.
If you want a neighborhood with trails and pools, or something with individuality and a little elbow room, you've got options in different parts of Eastern Loudoun. Also, not all vinyl siding and stamped concrete, we promise.
And there are homes with acreage and more space. They just come with a higher price point or sometimes longer drives. Willisford is one of the most popular ones that many gravitate towards if they want a more custom feel while still having a neighborhood.
Jumping into myth number 2, people say Eastern Loudoun is super rich and techie, not for normal people. This is one of the richest counties in the nation, so there's definitely a large concentration of wealth here.
To address the tech part, some people think everyone in Ashburn works in tech or government, drives a Tesla, and spends weekends beta testing software.
Truth, there's definitely a tech presence, we won't lie, but that's just one part of the community.
We work with all kinds of clients: small business owners, remote workers, healthcare professionals, military professionals, you name it.
And housing isn't one size fits all either. You'll find everything from luxury new builds to older townhomes that are more budget friendly, sometimes within the same zip code.
Loudoun's known for high income stats, but averages don't tell the whole story. Plenty of folks are just looking for great neighborhoods, good food, and a place to breathe. And the range of home price options is proof of this. If you're flexible about the style of home, you do have choices.
Here's another one we've heard before. Leesburg is just a little mini DC in disguise. Far from it.
We love DC, but if you think Leesburg is just DC with more wineries and horse parking, you haven't really explored it.
Leesburg definitely has its own energy. A walkable downtown, a growing food scene, weekend festivals, plenty of charm.
It's busy, sure, but you can still find quiet pockets, small town vibes, and neighbors who actually say good morning when you walk the dog.
And parking does exist. A lot of it is free. Downtown may be a little trickier, but we know all the tricks, so.
If this is helping clear things up, give the video a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Or comment below with any big questions you have. We love hearing from our viewers.
If you're planning a visit, download our Loudoun Unlocked guide. It's free and full of tips for exploring towns, restaurants, and our favorite things to do while you're here.
Now, one myth that always gets people worked up: it's all HOAs and rules and fines.
People love to fight about HOAs. They do get a bad rep, and in some cases it's earned. Leave your trash cans out too long, let your grass grow too high, you might get a note or even a fine.
But not all HOAs are created equal. Some are more focused on community events and keeping up common areas than what color your shutters are. Most let a lot of things slide until you try to sell your home, and then they send you the laundry list. The goal here is to make sure that the neighborhood values stay high.
Plenty of areas in Sterling and Leesburg don't have HOAs at all, or they're super minimal in cost, like $25 a month.
So no, not every neighborhood has a clipboard patrol. You just have to know where to look.
All right, another myth we get a lot, or you might hear when you live here: everyone's a transplant. There are people moving here all the time, and it often feels like there are no locals left.
It doesn't help that locals like you move out to Western Loudoun. Loudoun's grown fast, and yes, lots of folks have relocated here, many starting in the eastern side at first to test the waters.
The influx of different people is part of what makes the area so exciting and dynamic, but there are definitely still locals in Eastern Loudoun and business owners who've been in the area for decades and beyond.
And since we're here, let's throw in a bonus myth: the sidewalks roll up at 9 p.m.
All right, yes, some places do close early, but Eastern Loudoun definitely stays open longer than Western Loudoun.
You've got late night spots in one Loudoun, a growing nightlife scene, and live music at Tally Ho Theater that keeps keeps going past bedtime.
It's not the city, but if you're looking for a place where you can grab dinner and a drink and still get to bed before midnight, this might be your sweet spot.
You're also much more likely to get an Uber driver to pick you up in Eastern Loudoun versus Western.
Very true. Lots of dropped rides out here.
Bottom line, Eastern Loudoun is way more diverse, more vibrant, and more nuanced than the internet gives it credit for.
It's not a monolith. It's a mix of old and new, quiet and buzzing, structured and flexible.
How poetic. If you've written it off because of the myths, maybe it's time to give it another look.
And next week, we're flipping the script with Eastern versus Western Loudoun. Which one's the best fit?
We'll break down the real differences beyond the stereotypes and help you figure out which side of Route 15 suits you best.
So subscribe now and we'll see you next week on Loudoun Unlocked.